why entrepreneurship it's so important, and there's a lot of people love to want to be an entrepreneur, and it's like in a common perception in the society right now, entrepreneurs are the superstar, and if you want to be successful in your life, entrepreneurship is the only way to do so. About this factor influencing so many people right now, a lot of people are looking to quit their own jobs. Some even professional or corporate people, they have made millions of dollars for the company, and now they just want to quit the job and start their own businesses. And here's the point, I want to share with you total 10 key factors which is so much important for someone to understand before they jump out from the corporate or a job, just quit it and start their entrepreneurships. So if I would be thinking about right now to be an entrepreneur by quitting my job, this is the 10 key factors I will be sharing with you. And those 10 key factors which I have learned my own personal life experience, and I'll be sharing with you so you'll be able to understand for yourself. So you'll be able to know, is it the right time for you to quit or not? Or is it the wrong time for you to quit or not? And if it's the wrong time, you should not quit. So let's get started.
Sure.
Number one, the wrong reason. If you read the book, The Power of Why, the why has a big influence about what we really do. Because entrepreneurship is a long-term game. This is not something we cannot be achieved just a year or two. Yeah, there is a lot of videos we see in YouTube and social media platform which creates an illusion in our mind. A lot of people can be super successful in a very short period of time and they have millions of dollars. And we even always see those Instagram videos or posts, a multimillionaire at the age of 24, 25. But reality is about how many person actually really failed in their life trying to be an entrepreneur. We don't hear those stories because those are silent. Common statistics shows that almost 95% startup initiative fail in just 3 to 5 years period of time. So that means the odds is completely against the try to be an entrepreneur. So how do we survive on this one? To survive on this one is about everything starting with why. So there's a very useful book about this one, is about called Simon Sinek, writing starting with why. So check it out this video. So the key message of that book is about finding out a strong why. So it's so strong enough so we can go for a long run about it. So when I look around, most of the people wanted to quit their job because they hate their bosses, they hate their cultures, they hate their 9 to 5 time, and they want to start their own businesses because they want to be their own boss. But these are really bad reasons to start an entrepreneurship life. If somebody to be an entrepreneur, somebody need a lot more stronger why to become successful. Why am I saying this one? Because just wait, because I'm going to give you 9 other key points for you to know, because those will be very important factor so you understand how much strong why somebody needs to become a successful entrepreneur. And here's the point. Everybody can be entrepreneur. I don't disagree with that one. But after trying my life and I have doing this all those aspects and experiencing everything, I have learned everybody can be an entrepreneur, which is right. But only very few of them can be successful entrepreneur. And one of the key factor to become a successful entrepreneur is about having a really powerful why behind of it. Number 2 of the reason is about when somebody is working in a corporate environment, they always overestimate their own capability. Let me break it down for you. In a corporate environment or in a company, somebody are very well specialized doing one thing. Let's say an example, an IT coder, just doing coding and building in a website. But turning it to a product is a completely different story. Like an example, there is a lot of different roles to build a product. Sales, marketing, product owner, QA, tester. So many specialized skills need to work together to build a product. So when somebody working in a job, somebody is specialized about one piece of those success metrics, and it could be 100 or 50 or other key elements need to put together and have to be well blended by meeting the right timing to become successful. So the same way it work with the sales, it work with the marketing. But yes, there's a few edges. Somebody is really great at sales, so they can keep selling other people product, and then they can actually build their own product by pairing with someone to build this product as well too. So that's why having a really good team is really needed to become successful as an entrepreneur. So that's the two. People who work in a corporate or thing or job often have a really overestimate about themselves, and they see the entrepreneurship is a lot easier. And there's a big influence of the social media, of YouTube, of Instagram videos, are plenty of there one. It's saying this one, it's so easy to start up a business and everybody can start it, but everybody cannot be successful because the odds is against them. Number 3, I'm really cutting all the BS out of this video. You can see I'm gonna go straight forward on this one. And this is another very important one. Passion, passion, passion. We hear it so much from different other entrepreneurs who have been successful. Even Steve Jobs always talk about passion. Yes, passion is important, but I want to tell you one thing. Nobody cares about how passionate are you, what you really do. Absolutely nobody cares. You could be die for your passion, but you could be an absolutely unsuccessful entrepreneur. So what is matter here? The only thing is matter here is about what am I creating as an entrepreneur. Is has to give a really valuable value to my audience or my key customers, and my value should be so much better than other options. It has to be so much better than other options. I'm saying it 2 times to make it clear, and it should be way far lower price compared to the value I'm offering to. Then it will only work. So nobody cares about my passion. Everybody cares about what is my price and how much value I'm providing myself, and how it stand out with other products and services who are also serving the same target audience as well too. Number 4, not knowing the business languages. Business has a lot of languages. Like an example, in a business, look around, there's so many departments: marketing, sales, IT, operation, accounting, all this administration, all this department, and every department has their own languages. When somebody's working in their job, they're probably in marketing, so they know just only marketing language. They don't know sales languages, they don't know about accounting language, they don't know finance language too. So all this language becomes an issue. When somebody becomes an entrepreneur, need to learn all this language. When somebody quit the job and jump to entrepreneurships, they don't know all the different language, and that becomes one of the key issues. And that really drag it down on the way to become successful as an entrepreneur. Number 5, not having the right knowledge and not feeling the importance of having the coach. This is another brain freezer. So most of the people who are getting out of the job has a poor why. I will give you an example. I want to be my own boss. So they're coming out of the corporate and jobs. They're seeing this one as a very superstar successful, and now they want to be just boss. They want to tell other people what to do. So now they're not spending enough time to improve their own mind. As soon as they say I'm the boss, the person is not willing to listen what other people saying to them, but they are just focusing about telling other people what to do. So this is a one stopping them to become successful by learning. And the same way, they don't feel like I need a coach, but no, somebody really need a coach when you want to be successful. When I started into my entrepreneurship life, the social entrepreneurship life, I was looking for all the different kind of coaches I can work with so I can get the guideline, because if I don't get the guideline, I will be pretty much lost on the whole journey. So having the coach is so much valuable for me, so who can give me the right direction and also tell me the brutal truth, which my team member is shy to tell about me, but the coach will be telling me. But here's the point, I will be really looking for the right coaches as well too. But most of the new entrepreneurs don't want to work with coach because of only one reason: ego. So that's why check out the book, Ego is the Enemy. That will really help you out how you can handle your ego, because ego is something which is basically condition our own vision in front of us, and it makes us show something which is not real. So that's why it's so much important we see what is the real it is, and it's to do that one, we need to slaughter the ego and have to throw it out as far as possible, and we need to make sure that it never come back to us. Number 6, wrong focus. A lot of new entrepreneurs starting with the wrong focus. Most of the time, people don't have a previous entrepreneurship skills. So to build a product, somebody really need a really good understanding about the industry and the needs of the market. So a lot of people create products and then send it to the market, and it's not successful for particularly two reasons. Number one reason is about customer doesn't like the product. They don't feel like they need a product too. And the second thing is about they're also feeling like that person does not capable enough. That person is not capable enough to sell that kind of product. They don't feel comfortable to getting the product out of the person too. So these are the two fundamental factors why those putting this new entrepreneur failed. So here's the thing, there's a handrail, there's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy that really shows how to make a really good product. But here's the point, Blue Ocean Strategy has a big hole about it. It talks about you create a new customer segment, and there's a few like 4 key fundamental factors have to be conditioned to create a new customer segment. To do this one, the biggest disadvantage about this one is about when somebody doing for Blue Ocean Strategy is about the developing a product and the goes to in a wrong direction because the customer doesn't never feel like they need that one, and the entrepreneur doesn't have enough convincing power or material or influence to tell the customer they actually need this one and this is how it can solve. So that's why the focus is another reason somebody should not just quit the job without having the right focus before jumping into an entrepreneurship life. Number 7, lack of strategy. Somebody was not working in a C-suite level executives or director level executive, they never worked on a strategic level. They was working on an executor, because basically from manager and downward in a company, everybody is just a doer. From the director and up levels are more like in the strategy side. So somebody who was already working on a C-suite level, they are very well strategists, but they're not a well doer. So now it's a big issue because when somebody becomes an entrepreneur, they have to work on the business, they have to work in the business, they have to work under the business. And now that's why it becomes so big challenge for somebody to become successful. In the same way, somebody was a doer, somebody that's an executive and quit the job and became an entrepreneur, they never had worked on the strategy because they never worked on the senior management level in a company, so they're not good at strategy too. So that's why it's so much important having support and coaches to fill out those issues. But most of the entrepreneurs don't feel it's needed. Why? Ego. And secondly, the way they have conditioned their mind. No, I know it, I'm the boss, I will decide everything. And that's the way the entrepreneurs go all the way down and fall off the cliff. Number 8, lack of execution. So this is what I'm saying this one, just say this one. Somebody has a really good at strategic level because they're C-suite executive. Now they just focus on strategy, look at the big numbers, millions of dollars they're earning for the company, but they're not a doer anymore. But as somebody to become an entrepreneur, they need to work on the doing level as well too, and that's why it becomes the problem. Because an entrepreneur need to wear so many hats, and it's constantly changing and constantly evolving, and it's a great opportunity for a lot of personal development, but it has to be very well crafted with the right priority in the right time, and that's why it's so difficult to do this journey, to keep recreating ourselves to become a successful entrepreneur. Number 9, lack of people skill. An entrepreneur needs something incredible amount of people skill, and that people skill need to be constantly evolved. But when you are working in the companies, we really focused about what we really like. We really look at our colleagues and we only like to hang out with the people we like and we spend time with them. But when you're an entrepreneur, somebody needs to work with the people, even they hate working, they don't enjoy working, but they need to have them to work with them. Why? Because that person is affordable, and that's the person who is willing to work with the entrepreneur as well too. And that's why it's so much challenging for a lot of people who just join to become a new entrepreneur. Number 10, the time management. When somebody just quitting because they don't want 9 to 5, they don't want to box their time, they don't want to be stick inside the office. But actually, entrepreneurship life is a lot more challenging than that one. In a 9 to 5, somebody's working 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours maximum. But when somebody becomes an entrepreneur, you're basically working every possible day, every possible moments. And here's the point. When you are working a job, something goes very difficult, you can get to talk to your boss, talk to your peer, and get help. But when somebody become an entrepreneur, they become the last level of thing in a company. When everybody's failed, that person need to make sure that it has to be done. And if the person as an entrepreneur cannot handle that problem and cannot solve that problem, it becomes a lethal issue for the company. So that's why the time management becomes so exploded. Somebody who become an entrepreneur, coming out of a corporate job, they have so little time for the family and for their own health. Everything go move into that entrepreneurship life. They've been obsessed, need to be obsessed about it. It could be 60 to 80, even 100 hours of week to work on that one too. So if somebody just don't like 9 to 5, don't want to be in an office and quitting the jobs, it's going to be very brutally tough for them to become successful as an entrepreneur. Here are the 10 key factors someone just should not just quit the job and try to be an entrepreneur because the belief that everybody can be an entrepreneur, which is not true. It's a lie. Only few people has the ability to become an entrepreneur. But I want to give you more values to that one too. I will give you more key aspect. Somebody can do a test of themselves. Are they really ready enough to be an entrepreneur or not? Go ahead and check the video right now. In the video, I will show you the 10 things you need to achieve to become an entrepreneur so you can quit your job and start your entrepreneurship life. Go ahead and click the video right now and I will see you there.